Hey guys, hi, welcome back once again. My name is Vaishali and today I'd like to talk about transformation and transition. Now it's my personal understanding that transformation or changing of the form, which in itself is transformation, undergoes a process of transition. Transformation only happens when it goes through a process of transition, and both of which are never easy. Maybe since it's not easy, that is why we always resist it. In fact, even naturally, nature has a resistance towards transformation when it's going through the process of transition. So when I say that even nature resists the very act of transition towards transformation, what I'm trying to say is that even if we look at the very nature, our mother nature, we'll understand that as it moves from one season to the other, it is in the process of continuous transition. But when it comes to that cliff or the bridge or the escalator, whatever we may call it, it even moves 4 steps ahead and 2 steps backwards, or 1 step ahead and 2 steps backwards, or even 5 steps ahead and 3 steps backwards. It even retraces its own step as it's transitioning to transform its own self. So even if we look into our current state wherein Mother Nature is transitioning towards the winter season, we also realize that a few days back it had gotten a little bit pleasant, it had gotten a little bit cooler before once again Mother Nature took a step back. We even started to feel a little more heat in the weather, which will last for a few days before it transitions into the winter season. So is the process of transformation through the process of transition really that easy, really that simple, really a one-step process? Maybe in its most organic form, it is never that simple. It is always complex because naturally even nature likes to go back to the form that it knew, that it was familiar with. But had nature stuck on to knowing what summers was, because it knew that I am summer at that point in time, it would have remained stuck in the summer season all throughout. It would have never gotten a chance to evolve itself to getting to know the monsoons and the winters. It would have never gotten the chance to experience its own evolution, which only happens through the process of transitioning towards transformation, which is a continuous process, which only happens through the process of change, which invariably even nature resists, and so do we. And yet, after we have once again experienced the heat in the weather, one fine day it snaps and we suddenly start feeling the cooler air around us. We suddenly start to see that the days are a little shorter and the nights a little longer. So what if we can have a better understanding of transformation, of the process of transferring of the form through the process of transition as a very natural, organic thing that happens through a certain resistance, even naturally? And what if we can, for our own understanding, even personify nature as a human being to understand that for ourselves? I think we'll be able to embrace transformation in its more organic, natural form. I probably think we then will have a little more compassion towards ourselves, because even nature naturally resists the process of transformation. It even falls a step back before it transitions or before it transforms into another form. What if we can have an understanding of transformation through that lens? We probably will be having a lot less shame and a lot less guilt about what we used to be, what we were familiar with, and then letting that familiar move towards a newer form, but being very aware that while that newer form is coming into the picture, we will always have a fallback towards what was familiar. We will always have a fall back towards something that had still not changed its form and we had gotten ourselves familiarized to that form. But there comes a time when even we reach that cliff wherein we have to transition from the summer season into the monsoon, and then from the monsoon into the winters as well. I think if we can embrace that resistance towards transformation in its very organic, natural way, we will have a truer respect, a truer compassion, not only for ourselves, but for everybody else around us as well. Let's try and think about that a little more. Let's think about the ideas that we resist about ourselves when we are in the process of transformation, through the process of transition. And I will see you once again the next week. Till then, stay tuned in. And guys, if you do like the contents of my videos, please do like, share and subscribe.